Welcome to kitchen renovation day 7, outdoors starting off. All right, so I have a cooktop that is going to be connected inside at this location with a junction box, and then the whip from the cooktop connects into that box. So right here, I've just pulled these out just to mark it. That's number 8, 2 hots and a ground, and I'm having an LB turn right there. It's a sealed enclosure. Conduit connects in right there, and then we land. The only junction is inside because the cooktop does not have a plug. It wire nuts with some big blue wire nuts. But anyway, 8.72, 8.73 amps is all that this panel has, because I've got this leg and then this leg as well. That's 8.9, so it's fairly balanced. 2/10 off, not bad. So basically this gives me the ability to feed the cooktop off of this. If I had to, I could travel down the side with PVC and hit the garage panel. It's on the same side of the house. But this is what we're starting with right now. So let's get this guy piped up, finished up, and wired inside. Start the day. All right, so like everything else, labeled cooktop breaker, pool panel in case anyone needs it. So box is caulked up real good. The pipe's even caulked, so that way nothing gets in, sealed off tight. That connector feeds into the whip on the cooktop. I'll show you that right now. So as you can see, it's got this flex tight right here that goes in. Those connectors get made up. Show you the pipe outside. Same thing here. The LB is caulked, sealed up real good, all sides. Strap within 12 inches. Comes down strap here right at 12 inches before that connects in, and I had to use a reducer. Those are rings that get knocked out, and putting that terminal adapter in there ended up popping out. So that's the outside. That's good to go. So now let's work on the next thing. Before jumping to the next thing, wanted to mention that that is the breaker for the cooktop, and it is labeled. Super important for me to always do that. So again, tight, done right, up to code. Let's move on to the next project. All right, on to the next. So this guy right there is a double oven. You see it, get out of the light, you can see it right here. And that's on wall 4. So currently it's on this wall. So what I gotta do, because I can take this wire and unstrap it, cut all this out, get it over, pull it out, up, and then right about here, drop it down. And I've got the cabinet in the other room so I can measure where that's gonna go. So let's take care of that and do it. I'm not worried about this opened up here. I'm gonna put a vapor barrier back in just to mitigate dampness, that sort of thing. But I'd rather reuse what's here because I can make it happen. Efficiency and costs, not exactly fun, but it is what it is. Let's do it. Oven, solid copper number 6, 73 cents a linear foot. That's why we repurpose it. Good to go. Fished it. I'll cut up the trench, cover it up rather, not cut it up, cover it with some vapor material tomorrow. So really all I'm gonna do today is get this box screwed to the concrete. That's for the lighting. Finish it up. All these holes are gonna be covered by the cabinets. And that guy right there, I gotta move it out. It's gonna be hidden. Can't have a hidden HVAC duct, not good stuff. But anyway, on to the next of that guy right there. All right, so this is the cabinet unit. It sits up another 4 inches, but I've got it notched to where, I've got it set up to where this will get notched right here basically. And we're not worried about a perfectly tight hole. We just want to get that opened up so I can get that junction off if I ever have to. And so what I did was I set it up with a connector in the front of a plate similar to the cooktop, to where the double oven will sit on a little bench that I have elevated. Sit here, I'll slide in, I'll make up the whip, connect it up, put the plate back on, step out, and literally slide the unit right in, and it'll be operational literally as soon as that cabinet hits. So that's a wrap on that. Let's get that final under counter lighting circuit tied in. And so last but not least, this is now hooked up, and the black wire here is controlled off of that switch. So I've got 6 places to plug in, but 3 power transformers will plug in here. 3 low voltage wires terminate to the power transformers, and then again they feed this under L, this under section here, and then inside of the cabinet right there is all glass. So that's good to go. Oven, cooktop, lighting, transformer. Not a bad day. Okay, what I gotta do tomorrow, refrigerator power goes over, water line right there gets prepped for the upper cabinets. I've got to get clarity on what's been our negative air vent. It's a 6-inch round, I believe. I've got a rectangle, so I may have to pull that out and prep the concrete and then refill the house. This is going to be power for this guy. Nice thing is that the granite, or I keep saying granite, the quartz is going to fill across and go up to the upper cabinet that sits up there. So I've got that I got to prep up, and then I got to execute a junction box in here to carry down those 3 circuits into the island that's going to sit over in here. So we're doing well. Reframe that guy. So I got a busy couple of days, but I got plenty of time to knock all this out. So that's a wrap for kitchen renovation day 7. And oh yeah, this guy, that would be hidden, and that's not good. Back tomorrow. Welcome to kitchen renovation day 8. So I've got to convert these electrical lines over into conduit to run beneath the floor and get over into this section and prep it to go into the island. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll show you what we got. So this will give me some good insight. Build a system of parts and pieces with PVC. Get up into this box. I had to channel it out a little bit, but make up the junction and then run it in. So I've got 2 different circuits. Actually 3 different circuits in there. And so these stranded wires will be run through the pipe to make it up. Show you what we got. All right, show you what we got. I temporarily reversed this box and set it up so I could work on it, so I didn't have to work tight down on the floor. So basically electric wires have different color options. So I've got 2 circuits here and a 3-wire. That's for the dishwasher and the disposal. And then I've got another circuit here. So what I wanted to do was to pull in a brown and a yellow right there to make up those circuits there, and then match white, black, and red for this guy. So the yellow becomes the equivalent of the white, and the brown becomes the equivalent of the black. This is more prevalent in 277, 480 volt, or ballast wiring, that sort of thing. So gonna make this junction up, put the cover on, and then reverse it, lay it down, and then lay it inside of this cavity. And the reason why it's going in backwards, you can see right here, there's more depth on the front side, so it's more shallow on the back side, and I need to be able to conceal this box flush here so the cabinet can go up against it. Let's do it. All right, so this will give you a really good indication of what's going on here. So strap, connector transitions into the box. Junctions are made up, it's in there tight. 90 degree, that's flexible, so I can get a tight corner. Strap right here. strap right there, a 45 and another 45, and then right here it goes under the riser for the cabinets. So I have this spool of wire here about 13 feet. I'm leaving it because I can transition and change over once these cabinets are in. I'll be able to run that in flexible, seal tight, and then come up and mount on the back of the cabinet and go in. And that's kind of the same thing of what's going to happen with the plumbing. It's going to go underneath all of that and make its way. Keeps from jackhammering up the floor. So that's a wrap on that project. I've got 3 island kitchen circuits headed in. Okay, so now I'm going to work on this air vent right here. These cabinets come out 24 inches, so I've got to move that literally over and in line somewhere in here. The challenge is I've got a joist running through, so I've got to figure out what I can do. Hopefully it's connected to flex duct, that I can squeeze the flex duct through the joist, but ideally I'd like to see it out here in the middle of these 2 lights. See what we get. Okay, HVAC relocation. So I basically had to cut a big hole to get the other boot pulled out. Pretty inefficient. 90 degree before the air came out. And so again, what I'm doing is I'm moving it from here over to here. I've looked inside and I've got trusses going, but there's an open section right over in here. So I'm getting ready to take that can out and then to connect this more modified, reduced unit right here to that flex duct, pull it through, and then I'm going to cut an opening based on this size right here, set it down in, and then I'll be able to fasten that and then install the 10x6 wall and ceiling register. And so it's going to sit basically in the center here, and that's important because you've got a double oven here, you've got a cooktop here, you've got a sink here, a dishwasher. That's a central production area of the kitchen, so that'll cool that off really well. Let's get it. Okay, this is pretty cool. So I just shared air comes in 90 degrees and comes out. That's an inefficient course of action. Now it literally dumps straight out. It's only sitting about 3 inches behind that grate. That's a 10x6 ceiling grate. Fast. And that's a wrap. Absolute efficiency. Literally 3 inches off of the bottom of that duct. No 90 degree. So the benefit of this is you've got the sink right here, dishwasher here, double oven right here, cooling right over the top, and then of course cooktop over here. And there's 2 vents right on the other side of this, so this is going to absolutely improve the efficiency. I wish I could have turned it the other way, but there wasn't enough flex line, or centered it, but again, not enough flex line. That was absolutely not fun, but we got it done. Back tomorrow, get the electric over, water line up top, frame this out, finish this framing as well, and then on Monday, I'll get this drywall done, and then Tuesday they start putting in the cabinets. Once they get these cabinets in, I'll be able to know exactly where I've got to hang this unit here, the ventilation unit, so then I can finish that, and they'll cover it over with quartz before I actually install it, but that way I can prep that infrastructure. So one heck of an amazing day, a lot done. Back tomorrow.